Shout out to the Breakfast Club and the beautiful Lauren LaRosa herself. We have Diddy filing a new motion for an acquittal or a new trial. Here we go.
Reported here exclusively that there would be a new filing in Diddy's case because his team is trying to get him home. So yesterday, Diddy's team submitted documents to the judge asking for Diddy to be acquitted on both of the Mann Act charges that he was convicted of, or to be given a new trial. They're saying that they're still standing on the Rule 29 that they mentioned early on in their defense, that there is not enough evidence. There's insufficient evidence to sustain the conviction of the crimes that he was convicted of. So what they're saying is that because when you are convicted of the Mann Act, you're supposed to prove that the person transported somebody across state lines for the purposes of sex. They're saying that they believe that Diddy's the only person ever convicted under the statute that didn't actually make money off the prostitution. That's the
first thing. And yeah, he's right. So he didn't really transport Cassie as a prostitute, right? So when it comes to the Mann Act, you're supposed to be transporting somebody to engage in prostitution. So Cassie wasn't a prostitute, right?
But what the hell, boy?
Technically, she wasn't, right? Technically, she was his girlfriend who was sleeping with prostitutes, and he wasn't transporting these prostitutes. These prostitutes were transporting themselves. Shout out to YouTube. Don't demonetize me for saying that on the show, Ninja. Here we go.
First thing. The second thing is they say Diddy did not have sex with any of the prostitutes, which we heard on the stand that all the women and the escorts themselves said that he never actually engaged in sexual activity with the escorts.
All right, boom. Second thing, and shout out to KB. KB said he's going to walk by money or pardon. And yeah, what it comes down to is what Lauren LaRosa said as well. He didn't actually engage in sexual intercourse with any of these prostitutes. Yeah. So, I mean, technically, by association, when it comes to the law, he didn't actually break the law. Now, I don't know whether or not he was that meticulous to think of doing that by himself, or did he figure out that by speaking to a lawyer or some kind of bullshit? I really don't know. But we'll probably never know. And that'll probably go down in history as a conspiracy theory, right? It'd probably be a conspiracy theory. Here we go.
And that he didn't actually arrange the travel. Now, there were on the stand, they did have conversations about, different audios that were played and, different things where Diddy was saying, hey, book this person to come here, whatever. But because he didn't actually book the travel and transportation himself, they're pointing that out. And they're saying that
now you gotta drop, man, look, we gotta drop the air horn for these lawyers, because these are some amazing lawyers, and this is how you play with the law, people. Yes, sir. Now don't get it twisted, it's not that I'm defending Diddy. I'm saying his lawyers, to be able to do some shit like that and spin it like that using the law against the own people that created the law, hey man, come on, man. Come on, Ninja, to flip it like that, Ninja, come on, Ninja.
The escorts or prostitutes had friendships with Jane and with Cassie, so they were flying in to enjoy their friends, and then they consented to have sex after.
Woo! Yeah, now that's how you flip it. Shout out to KB. KB said not one child he was said to have wasn't proven. KB, expand on that, KB. Here we go.
So he shouldn't be convicted of these things, and he should be able to get a new trial or come home. So the judge put in a letter saying that the defense has to respond to Diddy even asking to be let go prior to sentencing today.
Trouble is easy to get into and hard to get out of. Boy, that just sounds complicated.
It did. It's not that it sounded complicated, right? The reason why it sounds complicated is because now they're doing their job. They're taking the law and extrapolating off of it. And that's why I tell y'all all the time, I'm not a lawyer. Shout out to all my homies that went to law school and completed it. Good for you. I'm not a lawyer, but what I can tell you is when it comes to the law is basically like subject and predicate, which is something we learn in school about sentences. Subject and predicate. So with the law, you can take an idea and then you can extrapolate off the idea. So I can go mouse. This mouse could be a rat. You see how that made no sense, but it correlates because a mouse is like a rat. Now that's just an example, but to make a better example, like I said, mouse, this mouse controls the computer. So I have to assume that if this mouse controls the computer, this mouse could have been used to hack the computer and open the computer against the person's will without that person knowing by somebody that snuck into their house with this same mouse. You see what I'm saying? Did you just see what I did there? And that's what a lawyer does, people. And they go based off of a reasonable assumption or a reasonable doubt. That's why it's kind of like, hey, stay away from the law. Oh, and shout out to KB. KB said she's referring to the young tenders he was accused of dealing with. Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. That's what we have to remember. The case wasn't really about any low-profile people. I told y'all. This case, when it came to Diddy, the whole thing with Diddy was Diddy and Cassie were the equivalent or the darker skin equivalent of what Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell was. So you didn't actually see any victims, didn't you notice? Or you seen victims, but they were all victims that were with him. So it's the same thing with Jeffrey Epstein. You haven't actually seen any victims, but they both sitting there and the feds have information that they're not sharing. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. But they got a bunch of documented victims. You feel what I'm saying? Here we go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Basically, they just saying y'all ain't proved enough.
I don't need it.
Okay. Well, Diddy trying to come home.
Yeah, Diddy trying to come home.
Yeah, there you go. That's exactly the moral of the story.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we reported.
All right, man. So, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much that. Yeah, Diddy trying to come home. That ninja not playing. No games. Let me see if I got anything on the net. Let me see. 1 second, y'all. We're going to pull up Google. Google, bro. Google, bro. Diddy news. All right. Like I said, Sean Combs asked judge to ditch his conviction or retry prostitution counts. The music mogul, and if they try it again, I'm not thinking double jeopardy will be in play because they're going to try it from a different angle. And double jeopardy is the idea that you can't get tried with the same thing. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all seen the movie. You can't get tried with the same exact crime if you did the same exact thing over and over, or whatever they say. But yeah, so the music mogul claims he hired the male escorts for their time and created amateur pornography that's protected by the First Amendment. So we can't read this one because we got to sign in. Let me see. I'm gonna find one where we can read real quick. Hold on, let me go back to Google. 1 second, y'all. I hate when they do that. You gotta always subscribe. It's like, bro, ain't nobody. Well, I mean, I guess it's ninja subscribing, but I'm here to tell you, I ain't talking like I got it, ninja. I ain't got it, ninja. So I ain't finna be subscribing. Sorry, not sorry, ninja. Okay. All right, let me see. Diddy news. Okay, let me see. CNN, Deadline. Let me see right here. Agree. All right, so CNN, Sean Diddy Combs has asked the judge who is overseeing his case to acquit him or give him a new trial before he has even been sentenced. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, he will be sentenced October 3rd. We'll keep you updated. Combs was convicted on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution earlier this month, but was acquitted on the more serious charges of racketeering and trafficking. During his trial, prosecutors accused Combs of leading a criminal enterprise made up of some of his closet employees, alleging they used threats, violence, forced labor, bribery, and other crimes to force Cassandra Cassie Ventura and another woman, Jane, to engage in paraphernalia-fueled sex acts with male escorts called freak-offs or hotel nights. His lawyers argued the sex acts... 1 second. His lawyers argued the sex acts were consensual and merely preferences of a swinger's lifestyle, while trying to undermine the hip-hop mogul's accusers by contending they were trying to gain a monetary benefit from Combs, which low-key, I mean, y'all seen Cassie came up off of 30M. Shout out to Cassie. That's 30 M's, Ninja. What would you do if you just made 30 M's after doing paraphernalia and after engaging in fornication as much as you wanted? Come out with 30 M's, hey, bro. Hey, bro, what y'all want me to say, bro? Regardless of victim, not victim, like I say, we see all victims on the Blac Pill. Regardless of all that, bro, she came up big, bro. That's 30 M's, Ninja. So congratulations to Cassie, Ninja. The new filing states that Combs is the only person in America to be convicted under the Mann Act under his circumstances, with his attorneys arguing that he had only been charged with the 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. His trial would have been entirely different with less evidence of violence presented to the jury. So basically what they're saying is they painted a picture of this ninja being somebody, even though he may be that somebody, it wasn't relevant to the case. And what was relevant to the case actually got denied, which is why they need to retry him for domestic violence. But if they do, they're going to have to throw the case out, because the case you don't get, as far as I know, I've never heard of a domestically violent federal case. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. right?
Boy, what the hell, boy?
Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't actually know, but this conviction stands alone, but it should not stand at all, is what Combs attorney Alexandra Shapiro wrote in a memorandum. Since the government arrested Sean Combs last September, it has painted him as a monster. For months, prosecutors accused him of running a 20-year racketeering enterprise and sex trafficking multiple women. But his 2-month trial showed these charges were not supported by credible evidence, and the jury rejected them. The filing continues. Mr. Combs now stands convicted of only 2 prostitution counts under the Mann Act, which doesn't require proof of coercion, threats, or fraud. The government told the jury it had to convict so long as Mr. Combs arranged for a longtime girlfriend or a paid male escort. One second. You know, they always try to make you subscribe to that shit. That shit's so annoying, bro. Let me see. Paid male escort or entertainer to travel across state lines to get together and have fornication, ninja. And that's all the jury convict him for. Combs' defense argues it is undisputed that he had no commercial motive and that all involved were adults, adding that the men chose to travel and engage in the activity voluntarily. To our knowledge, Mr. Combs is the only person ever convicted of violating the statute for conduct anything like this, the filing states. Both the government's alleged victims testified that they did not want to have sex with the other men, telling the jury repeatedly, although they did engage in the freak-offs, they were facilitated by Combs, and they did not feel they had a choice since he controlled their careers and finances. Ventura testified that she was scared of saying no to Combs' requests because he was frequently violent towards her. The jury presented ample evidence of Combs' violence toward Ventura. Despite their graphic testimony, the jury did not convict Combs of trafficking either woman. So, I mean, like I say, bro, it's the same shit. Y'all know the story, bro. Let us know how you feel in the comment section, ninja. That's it for the afternoon show. I'm gonna pop back in here probably at 6:30 or 7, okay? Yes, sir. And let us know what you think in the comment section, man. Shout out to you if you tuned in. If you tuned in, you are the resistance. You are the core. Shout out to the Adams and shout out to the Shout out to everybody that pulled up. Y'all hit the like button. Let us know how y'all feel in the comment section. It's your boy BA. I'm back in here later. Peace.